Hello, in this video we will go to speak about the role of the Yellowstone National Park in the assimilation process of the American culture by immigrants. For the 2060 current population survey, immigrants and their children born in the United States was 84.3 million people, or 7% of the general population of the United States. The massive migration to the United States made it one of the most culturally diverse countries in the world, given the multicultural situation. The process of assimilation of the new culture proves to be a complex and confusing dynamics for immigrants. However, despite the complexity of this assimilatory process, Wisdom Golden provides three truths that condense such dynamics and that are Anglo-conformity, the most important cultural pluralism. Yellowstone is a clear example of the Anglo-conformity theory because, regardless of the origin of its visitors, its objective is to encourage a sense of belonging about the species and landscapes of the United States and, in a way, impose the American ideology on the primacy of its resources. Contrary to a broad assertion, for most of the population of the United States to be immigrant or local, Yellowstone permits a process of cultural assimilation that favors pluralism. This idea since immigrants decide to visit a national park to know and learn about the nature of their new country. However, the objectives under which park operates revolve around the protection of native species and characteristics of the United States, without mentioning the importance of protecting the resources of other nations. Such actions are even more evident in the children of immigrants born in the United States, for example, through school trips to national parks such as Yellowstone. But it's important to say that this only happens in the United States, since it's well known that most countries encourage the protection of their resources. However, the difference lies in the clear interest that companies of the United States have in the exploitation of the resources of other nations regardless of the damage, as for example the mining operation in the province of Colombia. But beyond conservation discoveries, there is an even stronger argument that reinforces the claim about Yellowstone and theory Anglo-conformity in it represented. National parks are part of the American culture, and many immigrants acquired American traditions in a taxing way without relating it. For example, annual trips to national parks. Not all the inhabitants of the United States practice such tradition. However, it's important to realize that deciding to make at least one trip to a park is not only a decision of each person, but the publicity given to the parks in the media and especially in the movies influence the decision. Thus, taking an annual fishing trip or camping during the summer gives the immigrant the feeling of acting as a true American. The previous generalization is not fair because many immigrants don't want to feel like Americans. However, the fact of visiting one of these parks, although in a non-direct way, is one of the many intangible mechanisms of compensation to American culture. In other words, unconsciously, the immigrants and his children are assimilating the culture of the United States through the acquisition of local traditions and values to replace some of their country of origin. For all about Yellowstone is a clear example of the application of Anglo-conformity theory, since it's a direct but not tangible way. It allows the assimilation of American culture through the acquisition of a sense of belonging to the national resources of the United States, and leaving aside the interest in the conservation of the resources in other countries.
Created using Powtoon.